Biden's first few days as president results in most of Donald Trump's immigration policies being overturned. Amazon steps into the fold to help out with distribution of the vaccine, and Newsweek reports on a controversial study on mandatory lockdowns. I'm Levi Erickson, and this is Bias Free News. Welcome to another week of Bias Free News, where we watch the news so that you don't have to. Let's get right into it because a lot of stuff has happened. Biden is now the president of the United States, and his inauguration went smoothly despite much of the anticipated possible violence, which is why they brought in 20,000 troops to try to protect against any sort of violence. Luckily, no violence did break out. However, there was rumors of a possible coup, so they had to vet most of the troops to worry about possible coups against Biden. Fortunately, none of those actually turned out anything substantial, so there was no real security threats at all. Biden's first few days as president has undone much of what Trump has done, including the border wall. He suspended deportations except for national security issues. He ended Trump's travel ban on selected countries that didn't have proper ways of vetting who was actually coming into the country. And illegal immigrants, are counted as citizens now in terms of census, so that they can do proportionality that way. He also has put a freeze on ANWR, drilling in ANWR, which is the Animal National Wildlife Reserve up in Alaska, and a freeze on the Keystone Pipeline, which has made Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, very upset. Along with fracking permits are ended on federal property, effectively ending fracking on federal property from now on once the current permits have expired. And then Amazon has actually stepped in to help distribute the vaccine to different Americans all around the country to help reach Biden's goal of hitting 100 million vaccinations in 100 days. And lastly, Newsweek reports on an international study that was studying the benefits of mandatory lockdowns, and this is the short summary of what they came up with. A study evaluating COVID-19 responses around the world found that the mandatory lockdown orders early in the pandemic may not provide significant more benefits to slowing the spread of the disease than other voluntary measures, such as social distancing or travel reduction. So this has started up the debate of whether or not mandatory lockdowns are actually the way to go, after the study has concluded that that doesn't actually offer a significant benefit over voluntary measures. So that's all we have for you this week. Please tune into the Levi Erickson Show, where we'll go into these issues in a lot more depth and cover a lot more news. Until next week, I'm Levi Erickson, and this is Bias Free News. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, please check out our other Leviticus Studios productions, including the Debunk series, Bias Free News, and Why Christ. The Levi Erickson Show is produced by Wyatt Winfield and Peyton Havilla. Music by River Erickson and Andrew Montgomery.